Can you take us through your NFL draft story? I read that you became a father on the same
The
day
same
that
day
you
I
were
was drafted.
drafted. So, can you take us through that day? Where were
That
you when you
sounds
found out
like
when you were
insane,
drafted?
man.
Did you have a
Like
TV on?
what?
Like, yeah, what was going on?
Man, it was crazy. That night, that first night of the draft, I didn't get picked, so we was at my dad's house having a little get together, and me and my lady we left, went back to my mom's house, and we walking around the road, and she just I had a visit to who was it? Who was it? Tampa Bay. I had Tampa Bay, and I think the Redskins scheduled. And man, my financial advisor, man, him was on the phone. My lady was in the room, and he was like, "Man, I don't think you should go to those visits just because of the baby was coming."
Yeah.
And I kid you not, it wasn't a minute or so afterwards. She was coming out of the room, and she was like, "I think I need to go to the hospital." So we went
Yo.
to the hospital probably like 2, 3, 4 that night. Or it was in the morning, of course, but that morning, we went up to Warner Robins, and by the time the second day of the draft came, man, I was in there. She was laying in the bed. I'm trying to see
Wow.
my son. I'm watching it on TV. My agent come in. My agent let me know, like, man, it was a crazy day.
Oh
It was it
my
was a, it was a
gosh.
blessing, though, man. It was a blessing, but it was a crazy day. I guess it explains why my oldest son, he just kind of like he just into football, like
Yeah.
just naturally.
Man, that's a dope story right there, man. Like
That's got to be like what, a top top
that's
day of your
a
life, maybe,
elite
right?
day. Holy
Top two
cow,
day,
Yeah,
top
man.
three day.
it was definitely great for me.
I was like, man, you just winning across the board right there, man. No, that's dope as heck. I'm definitely glad to hear that. And for those that don't know, obviously you went in the third round, the 93rd overall selection to the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, and before you say that,
Yeah.
I know this y'all show, but I just want to tell y'all something. I don't know if y'all know this. Me, Chris Wormley, and Larry Ogunjobi was in the same draft, same third round, and we went in order.
What?
Wait, really?
I
And
did
all of
not
us are
know that,
here in
man.
Pittsburgh.
Yo, that's dope.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Now, did y'all know each other prior to coming to Pittsburgh as well?
Well, I knew Chris. I knew of Larry, but I knew Chris because me and Chris we trained together out in California in Santa Ana, getting ready for the
Yo,
draft and getting ready for the combine and everything.
yo, that's crazy. Small world, man. And now all three of y'all here helping the good guys get W's. I like it.
Yes,
I
sir.
like it. Let's go. But yeah, as I was saying, man, you did go in the third round to the Green Bay Packers. So just talk about, a little bit of what that was like, man, doing your 4 years there.
In what aspect you want to talk about?
Just in the sense of, man, your first exposure to the NFL level, man. You know, the transition from being at Auburn University and even being a guy from Georgia to moving to Wisconsin. You know?
Well, that first transition, it was me getting used to that cold. But
Well, so you from the
besides that,
South
man,
South, man, yeah.
yeah, most definitely, most definitely. I'm talking about like no snow. But man, it was good. Besides the snow, man, the people was great. Like I had some wonderful teammates. And one thing I do want to say, I never really leave them out, but I definitely want today. And that's my coach, Jerry Montgomery, my D line
Okay.
coach. Like man, I just feel like he one of the best teachers out there, and I feel like the difference. Like a lot of people say, it's the speed of the game from college to the NFL,
Hmm.
but I really think it's your knowledge of the game because I feel like your knowledge helped the game slow down. And with me having him from year 2 to 4, man, it was great. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of people get a lot of good coaches, but you don't always get a good teacher.
Nah, you
And
absolutely
that's
right.
what he was for me. And I feel like that's what helped keep me here. You know what I'm saying? If I'm being honest.
Nah, I respect that, man. And no, that's very wise of you as well, man. When you talk about the game slowing down, it is because you know what to expect. You're no
Right, right.
longer
And, and,
reacting
and
to it, you're anticipating it now, you know?
right. And one thing I always can be honest about is I was a good football player coming into the league, but I wasn't. It was off of instincts. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? I wasn't a good fundamental player. I wasn't a good hands or two gap
Oh no,
guy.
you
You
gonna
know what
get off
I'm
that
saying?
rock. I
Yeah,
check your
yeah,
tape.
yeah.
Yeah,
You
you
know what
get
I'm
off
saying?
that rock, you disrupt. Yeah.
Right. So I just appreciate me having that teacher to teach me really how to play football, how to
Hmm.
see what's going on, like give you the cheat codes to the game.
Yeah. No, I definitely respect that, man.